Today on the channel, we're back out with another Transformers Masters Universe crossover figure. This time, Megatron armor, Skeletor.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Masters of the Universe Transformers unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got Megatron armor, Skeletor. But for all your Megatron armor, Skeletor needs and a whole lot more, better hit up Target. But for everything else under the sun, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Gotta get a deal out there. Now, we did unbox Bumblebee armor, Man-at-Arms. Now we're over here to Megatron armor with, of course, Skeletor, the big bad of the Masters of the Universe. We know He-Man's coming in Optimus Prime armor as well as Scareglow Starscream crossovers. So that's going to be our next round of these figures. It'll be interesting if this line goes into the championship rounds. I don't know. A lot of mixed bag on this one. A lot of the crossovers always seem to have a bit of a mixed bag. This one, as I said before in the Bumblebee Man-at-Arms video, felt like it really should have been more centered around vehicles with Transformers and maybe Masters vehicles. Maybe that made more sense. Maybe it would have been more sense to make Transformers from Hasbro and put the He-Man and the Masters Universe stuff on that end of the spectrum. Either way, it's about synergy. That's the buzzword. That's what's going on a lot of toy lines right now. And we see it with this here. And it makes sense for Megatron and Skeletor to team up and be that focus. Makes a lot of sense if you ask me. So an interesting line, a line that's not for everybody. I personally did get this at Target. I got it part of that Circle program where you saved, what, $20 off 75, I think is what it was. I was going to actually pass on this line, but you know me. I'm weak, a new toy. You got a hot Circle deal going on. I'm jumping in on that kind of stuff. So that's the way it goes. But we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We'll do some comparisons later in this video. Bring out Bumblebee Man-at-Arms. But I do enjoy the packaging style. It is the deluxe style we used to get from Masters of the Universe. I guess we still do get it. But it does have a Transformer theme to it. You get the purples with Skeletor, I guess. But you also got that kind of Transformers grid background going on. And of course, both of the iconic logos up there looking very good. You do got this nice glamour shot up in the corner. I love that. Usually that was saved for Mattel Creation exclusives. Not the case with this go around here, but nice packaging. Megatron armor, Skeletor, evil Decepticon, Lord of Destruction. On the side, you got Megatron. On the side, you got Skeletor, the yin and yang, two of the baddest of the bad. And if you do your Mount Rushmore of 80s villains, I think those two have to be on there. Cobra Commander, the other one, and then who's the fourth? Who's that magical fourth? I'm not sure. That's where it gets tough. Is it Mumra? Is it Gargamel from the Smurfs? Is it Claw from Inspector Gadget? Is it those evil trolls from David the Gnome? Who knows what it could be? I'm not exactly sure, but that fourth one's always a tough one. I don't know. My guess, what? I don't know about that. He was thinking superpowers there. You always got DC on the mind. You better get them out of the mind, Tom McFarlane. But you know who I'd probably go as the fourth villain? We do have Cobra Commander on there, but somebody more dastardly than him. Probably Duke would be good on the villains of the Mount Rushmore. Maybe that'd be a good one. I don't know. We'll fact check that later. Yep, checks out. That was a quick fact check, but makes sense there, as we do know. Beautiful artwork back here, looking good. A little blurb at the top. What's it say? Infused with the strength and raw power of Megatron, leader of the Decepticons, the new armor donned by Skeletor is unyielding enough to harness both the power of Grayskull and all the Energon in the universe. So, not a bad piece of business there. Not a bad piece of business. Now, you do get that little file card on the side. Very Transformers-esque. I do like that a lot. It's got the same little blurb there. It does say he's an 8 in strength, and only a 5 in speed, endurance an 8, courage a 7, power a 10, a perfect 10, and skill a number 9 there. So he's got a lot going on. Replace cannon barrel to change into the Havoc staff. Swap Energon mace onto wrists. So there's a lot going on here. We do get that same comic book that we got with the Man-at-Arms, if we can get it out. There we go. Yep, same comic books. We saw that before. Makes sense. That's on theme. Very Transformers-like packaging. See you later, goodbye. How about a little plastic prison, old Megatron, Skeletor action, looking pretty good. And then they do have twist ties here. A dangerous character like this, yeah, you probably better be on the safe side. Probably lock them down in some twist ties. Makes a lot of sense, if you ask me. Pull that out. We get all these cut out. Hopefully we're not going to cut our fingers along the way. That's all we want. That's all we want. That's all we need. There we go. One left. One left. There it is. All right. Oh, and he breaks right at the waist. Oh, it's a bad day. It's a bad day for Megatron Skeletor already. He's off to a rough start. He's falling apart out of the package. Twist ties. See you later. Goodbye. Put a little spin on it, of course. And let's get him back together. Like a young Humpty Dumpty. We got to put him back together again. A little bit loose in that waist. I don't know if we can get this seated a little bit better. How about that? There we go. All right, now we're back in action. All right, let's dive into this here. Let's see these weapons. So we do got the mace, I guess, and it's got the Havoc Staff Evil Ram's head up there at the top. You got the Energon going on in that pinkish, purplish color. Purple handle down here, and you've got a little spike ball at the end, so extra destruction on this one. And I think it said you could take this out, right? Yep, you can. So you can plug this in as an extra hand if you want to. I'm wheeling that around like Megatron once upon a time. So you do got a little options here. Dare I say you can transform these weapons a little bit, but you can do that. We do get a little, oh, here it is. It's a little dagger spear action, and you do got the ram's head there at the top, and it looks like this plugs in somewhere. Where is it going to plug in at? I thought it might be in the wrist here, but I guess it looks like the backpack. So you can store that into the backpack if you want to. There's a little plug-in system. Is there one on this? None on there, though. So you can plug that in if you want to. A little spear, a little dagger. He can hold that. He can swing that around if need be. I was thinking that would plug in somewhere else, but it looks like just the backpack, I guess. And then you do get the Havoc Staff here looking good with the blaster from Megatron. We know about Megatron. He's always blasting. This is removable if you need it to be. And I believe, yep, you can hold it into his hand here. So it's got a grip here. And you can turn that like so. And oh, here we go. So you can transform his weapon if you want to, and you can use it as a straight up Havoc Staff or more like Megatron's gun. So some options between here. I think I'm leaning Megatron's gun. I don't know about you, but you do got some options on this one. I do like that the head can move up and down, back and forth. I think that is pretty fun along the way as well. So pretty cool. A nice invention with the weapons, taking a little bit of each character, melding them together. That makes sense on a crossover. This is the kind of crossover that makes a little bit more sense to me. Now, I might not like this crossover as much as Masters WWE Universe or, I don't know, some of the other ones there. But the Turtle one was a little frustrating for me because sometimes I didn't understand the mashup. This mashup makes sense to me. The Thundercats mashup ones, which are basically two different worlds of Thundercats, that makes sense to me. But some of the Turtles ones, for example, got me a little bit confused here and there. But there's no confusion with this one, as far as I'm concerned. Sound off in the comments below. But now we're diving into old Megatron himself. We're going to see what's up to here. Now he's bringing a little bit of Skeletor with the face. The skeleton face there, the red eyes. That brings the Skeletor. But then you get the Megatron action with the big helmet over the top in the silver and gray. So really feels like you crush those two together. And that's what came out here. And we're seeing a lot of that into the body as well. So you get the purplish blue skin, I guess blue skin on this one, like a Smurf maybe. You get the blue skin throughout. That gives you the hallmarks of Skeletor. But then the armor over everything gives you the feel of Megatron. And then you add the purple with the silver, brings them together. So it does feel synergetic to me. Is that a word? It is now. Synergetic to me. You do get the flaps on the shoulders that move up and down. I don't know if that's the reason for that, but it works for me. It's a little extra play feature, I guess. You do get the Decepticon logo right there in the chest, looking very nice. Big forearm guards over here, big high shoulders as well. Very computer-like in the chest midsection, very blocky as we can see. You do got a backpack here, which you can plug in the accessory into, so I do like that. You do got the 2025 Mattel, it says, and it says made in Vietnam. Shout out to our friends in Vietnam. Now we do got the sash down here at the bottom. You got to protect your junk, Skeletor style. Got the boots going on, got some of the armor. Got very metallic feet down here, giving the hallmarks of Megatron. Now arms go all the way around for us. It's nice how this moves out of the way. It looks like it's a big block together, but it does move out. But I guess when I moved it all the way around, his arm basically came out. So I don't know how well that worked. There we go. Fits right in there. But yeah, you got to move it and move it around a little bit so it won't do that. But a little bit blocky in the shoulders for the articulation. Single jointed elbow. You do get side to side. Hands removable back and forth, side to side. No extra hands, but you do get that mace you can add as an attachment if that's your thing. Head back and forth, side to side. Looking pretty good. Waist articulation. Everything does come apart on these, as we know. Got the splits going on. Got the side kick if you need it. Leg goes up for the big boot. Single jointed knee, smooth as butter. Sometimes this is very tight, smooth as butter right here. Little back and forth. Boot cut, ankles, back and forth, up and down, side to side. He should fit on a ringside collectible Mattel stand using code Kyle to save 10%. And what do you know? He does fit perfectly on there. So not a bad piece of business. I'm a little interested that they didn't put He-Man Optimus in Series 1. Give it the 1-2 punch to begin with. But it tells you they're trying to grow the line, trying to get anticipation for the line to continue. And those are two heavy hitters everybody wants. So they had to spread those out a little bit. It'll be very interesting how deep this line goes. I personally don't think we'll get to the championship rounds, but you never know. Stranger things have happened, and I think they're happening on Netflix next month, if I'm not mistaken. But we do got Bumblebee Armor Man-at-Arms. You can pair these two up if you want to. Very cool. For what they're trying to do, I'm on board. I understand. I look at this. I said, that's Bumblebee. That's Man-at-Arms. I look at this. I say, it's Megatron. It is Skeletor. I like that. It makes sense. It flows with my head. Once again, not to pick on that Turtles of Grayskull. Sometimes I look at that. I'm like, what is this trying to be exactly? There's a clear distinction of what this is trying to be. And whether you like it or not is a different question. But I'm going to pose it to you right now. Do you? Do you want these in your collection? Are you picking these up? You playing that long game? Probably a lot of you playing the long game, waiting for Christmas sales. Those are around the corner. Thanksgiving sales, Black Friday sales, all that. But let me know your thoughts on these two in the comments down below. Who else would you like to see, and what's a perfect mismatch or mix match for you? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to both of my YouTube channels. Check out Patreon YouTube channel memberships for even more content. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which conveniently enough is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available where podcasts are found, with videocast on YouTube. So for Skeletor, Megatron, and Man-at-Arms Bumblebee, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
I'm solid gold.